Ladies and gents, we have got the biggest Arsenal transfer update so far on this channel, with more videos coming today, but let's jump straight into this. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Tomiyasu's future, he will be getting released by Arsenal. Bilbao have pinned down Nico Williams to a 10-year contract extension with a €90 million release clause in it. Ben Jacobs has given the latest with regards to Victor Gyokeres, Benjamin Sesko. Arsenal are prepared to sign Madueke, Eze, one other winger, and a striker this transfer window. Are Arsenal about to wake up? Are we about to see one monster of a July transfer month? I said to everyone, once June 30th is out of the way, once the end of the financial football year is out of the way, players are coming back from their holidays. Some deals are still on hold because of the Club World Cup, right? And it all has a domino effect. If Liverpool aren't signing that player, it could affect Arsenal, etc., etc. It's going to be massive this month. Trust me on that. The Club World Cup is back today/tomorrow. I think Chelsea could be playing in the semi-final on Tuesday. There's a lot to get into. But guys, we are less than 100 subscribers away from 60,000. If you watching this video, yes, you, right there, you, I'm looking at you right there. If you haven't subscribed, please go down, smash that granny out of that subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts on every single topic we discuss, because we have got a hell of a lot to get into. Now, hand of Arsenal is getting very, very, very credible now, to the point of where Fabrizio Romano is actually quote tweeting his stuff. That's when you know you've kind of made it. Takehiro Tomiyasu leaves Arsenal with immediate effect as his contract will be terminated on mutual consent. Japanese defender will be back at the end of 2025 after suffering a new injury, but the chapter at Arsenal is over. Available as a free agent soon. I kind of feel sorry for Tomiyasu. He's not a bad player at all. He's just been riddled with injuries, and occasionally this can happen to players. You know, it's quite sad to see because he always tried his absolute best. You know, I can't stand Arsenal Football Club, but I hate it when this sort of situation happens. We've had it at Spurs a lot of the time where we've signed players and for whatever reason, you know, they've just had injury concerns. They've had this problem, that problem, and it just doesn't work out. And you kind of think, you know, when you look at the situation with Tomiyasu now, is he going to get another big move? Probably not. So, yeah, it's a little bit sad, that one, but it is what it is. Other news coming out, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Nico Williams will be staying at Bilbao until 2035. And the release clause has gained another 50%. The release clause, according to reports, his new release clause is nearly €90 million. Barcelona deal is off due to registration issues. Breaking, Nico Williams signs a new 10-year deal. People are coming out saying, you know, where's his ambition? At the end of the day, if he wants to stay at Bilbao, you know, he's a Basque, you know, player. He comes from the Basque region of Spain. They're very loyal to their football clubs. I still do think he'll get a move in the next couple of years. There's still a release clause in, but from Bilbao's perspective, they've put him on a huge contract. You know, Chelsea do this a lot where they pin their players down to 10-year deals. They try to protect their players, and they just offer them a little bit lower weekly wage, which kind of keeps their PSR down. Now, Ben Jacobs has come out of a massive update regarding all Arsenal transfers from the Highbury squad yesterday. Make sure you go and check out the YouTube channel. Benjamin Sesko, Victor Gyokeres, who knows, maybe Ollie Watkins. They're all being leveraged against each other. Arsenal want to do one thing. Sign either Gyokeres or Sesko at €70 million. Andrea Burton will be saying, if we don't get Gyokeres, we'll go for Sesko. If we don't get Sesko, we'll go for Gyokeres. I bet you neither Leipzig or Sporting know the true reality. If neither come off, you've still got Watkins, but I think Aston Villa, because they've just sold their women's team to satisfy PSR concerns, will be really bullish to hold out for 60 million plus. I'll be honest, I'll start with Ollie Watkins. I don't think Ollie Watkins will be joining an Arsenal or will be joining a Manchester United anytime soon, purely on the fact that this is going to be his last big move. Ollie Watkins is 30 years of age. He's currently on £140,000 a week at Aston Villa. He's probably going to want £200,000 a week. He's probably going to want to secure his future to a 3, 4, maybe 5-year deal. Arsenal or Man United, in my personal opinion, are not going to go out there and spend £60 million. Maybe they'll spend 35, maybe they'll spend 30, maybe they'll spend 40 on a lower contract, but no one is going to pay Ollie Watkins right now £200,000 a week. It's just not happening. But Ben Jacobs has come out regarding Eze. Eze is keen on a move to Arsenal. There's a clause there, £68 million all in. If Arsenal make an approach, I think there's a realistic chance they could do the bid. The likelihood is they will go a bit lower or offer a different kind of structure. The clause is payable in installments, but it's relatively difficult because some of the money goes to the player, some goes to Crystal Palace, and some goes to his former club. The interest became concrete 10 days ago. Arsenal are serious about Eze. I'm expecting a bid. I'm expecting that bid to be below the release clause, and I'm expecting the bid to be within the next 2 weeks. In that meeting at the weekend, there were senior people from Arsenal pitching to Eze's camp. This was not just, we like you. This is, we might go for you. This was a discussion about numbers. Eze, for me, is going to be an Arsenal player. And the last Ben Jacobs update, and this is where it gets interesting, is the situation with regards to Saudi Arabia and Martinelli. Now, Ben Jacobs has also said apparently they value him at around £70 million. From Arsenal's point of view, it's a hypothetical. It's something that has no substance yet. From Martinelli's perspective, he's aware something may be forthcoming. Al Nassr's perspective, they're simply lining up their budget. So they're preparing a move for Martinelli. You know, I look at this and I genuinely think that, you know, Martinelli could leave Arsenal this month. He really, really could. If they come in with £70 million, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. It really is. Romano's come out and said Arsenal winger Leandro Trossard has signed up with new representatives at DH Sports and Entertainment Agency. Will now be in charge of his future. He as well has apparently been linked heavily with getting a new contract at Arsenal. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with regards to that. Fabrizio Romano said last night at 9:20 in the evening, understand Arsenal had a new round of talks for Noni Madueke as the player could be open to the move. Nothing advanced yet in terms of club-to-club approach or direct negotiations, but Arsenal remain contact. It's a separate deal from Eze. So it looks like as of right now, they're going to get Eze. They're going to get potentially Noni Madueke. The big interesting news coming out regarding Rodrygo is, according to The Athletic, Arsenal have held talks with Rodrygo's representatives in recent weeks. That is massive. Absolutely massive. This came out yesterday at 4:30, coming out from a very, very credible source, The Athletic. If Arsenal are prepared to go out there, you know, according to this, Arsenal will not make a move for Rodrygo until August, giving them time to balance their accounts. Players not spoken to Xabi Alonso yet, and Arsenal are willing to pay €90 million. Again, coming out from credible sources. This coming out from Madrid Extra, another source that comes out and says Arsenal will try for Rodrygo after the Club World Cup. They'll be ready to exceed the €90 million mark. So if Arsenal can go and bring in a player like Eze to help with the midfield, they can bring in, you know, someone like Madueke for a backup for Bukayo Saka, Victor Gyokeres for 70 million, and then on top of that, bring in Rodrygo for around, you know, €90 million. You know, there's a lot of sources now all coming out and saying that CBR Football, Arsenal are growing in confidence that a deal can be struck for Rodrygo, who is expected to make it clear he wants to leave Real Madrid after the Club World Cup. Now, what's very, very interesting is the Club World Cup, the quarterfinal tonight against Fluminense and Al Hilal. Then you've got tomorrow night, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Chelsea, PSG, Palmeiras, and Bayern Munich all going head to head. So if Real Madrid are knocked out tomorrow by Borussia Dortmund, the Bellingham Derby they're calling this, I don't think they will, but if they are knocked out, Rodrygo's future could be decided next week. Every single credible source is reporting that Rodrygo is going to have a meeting with Xabi Alonso, and it's clear to see that when you actually click on Real Madrid, you click on this, and you look at fixtures, and you go down to their fixture against Juventus. Where is Rodrygo? He's nowhere to be seen. They're playing Jude Bellingham right wing. You know, did Rodrygo even come on? No, he didn't. There you go. You can see again down the bottom left, he did not come on. Xabi Alonso has come out in a recent interview and basically said that, you know, as of right now, the situation is he rates Rodrygo, but clearly you don't because you're not playing him on the right. You're playing Bellingham. More reports coming out. Both Real Madrid and Xabi Alonso are open to Rodrygo leaving the club this summer. They will not stand in his way if a suitable offer is made. Arsenal have held primary talks with Rodrygo's camp. It looks like, as of right now, everything is indicating that Arsenal have held discussions with Rodrygo's representatives. It's absolutely huge. Sami Mokbel come out as well, saying Arsenal have a genuine interest in Rodrygo with the belief he could have a game-changing addition to the team. I will say this right now. Arsenal have to make a Rodrygo-type signing because Liverpool have gone out there and brought in Florian Wirtz. They're going to be even stronger next season. It has been suggested to the BBC Sport, a well-placed source, that Real Madrid would listen to offers if Rodrygo was available. He would cost as much as £70 million, which after spending on a striker may be too much. Rodrygo would expect to come as one of the highest paid players at the club. It's also understood there are some reservations, about whether he could play to the adapt and physicality of English football. I think that's BS. I think that's absolutely BS. I think he will 100%, 100% fit in well with the Premier League. He does well against Premier League teams all the time. Just look at his record against Manchester City. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting July, guys. Make sure you're here, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.